Do you trust Sam Altman? Leading figures in the AI space like Nobel Prize-winning scientist Geoffrey Hinton and xAI's Elon Musk have recently stated that you shouldn't trust OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. They claim he doesn't care about AI safety and puts profits ahead of everything else. Could this be why so many high-level executives continue to leave OpenAI? In this video, we'll dive deeper into it and take a look at this new article titled "What the heck is going on at OpenAI?" Next, Meta AI announces MovieGen. This is easily the most advanced AI video model we've ever seen. It unlocks a whole new level of control with the ability to edit generations from text, create personalized videos in any environment by simply providing the model with a picture of your face, and even create your own sound effects and soundtracks to add to your generations. Lastly, Tesla just unveiled their fully autonomous Cybercab at their We Robot event, along with the surprise announcement of Robovan, a self-driving van that can fit up to 20 people inside. They also showed off some of Optimus's new skills, and Elon Musk shared some information about the Cybercab that you're going to want to hear. So there was this recent clip that's been going viral on Twitter of AI pioneer Geoffrey Hinton expressing his concerns about Sam Altman and his lack of concern for AI safety. Now, before I play the clip, I wanted to talk a bit about who Geoffrey Hinton is and why what he's saying actually matters. Geoffrey Hinton is currently a professor at the University of Toronto teaching computer science. He's known for his early work on artificial neural networks, which coined him the name the AI Godfather. He actually just won the Nobel Prize in Physics for being one of the guys to essentially invent machine learning. So this is a guy who knows more than most about how these AI systems actually work, and without further ado, here's what he had to say.
I'd also like to acknowledge my students. I was particularly fortunate to have many very clever students, much cleverer than me, who actually made things work. They've gone on to do great things. I'm particularly proud of the fact that one of my students fired Sam Altman. And I think I better leave it there and leave it for questions. So OpenAI was set up with a big emphasis on safety. Its primary objective was to develop artificial general intelligence and ensure that it was safe. One of my former students, Ilya Sutskever, was the chief scientist. And over time, it turned out that Sam Altman was much less concerned with safety than with profits. And I think that's unfortunate.
Now, this isn't something we haven't heard about before with Sam Altman. One of the original co-founders of OpenAI, Elon Musk, has repeatedly sued OpenAI for deceit of Shakespearean proportions, as he stated. What he's referring to here is the fact that OpenAI is currently restructuring their company from a non-profit to a for-profit. I know a lot of you may have strong opinions about Elon Musk, whether good or bad, but I think he brings up a valid concern here, and here's what he had to say about Sam Altman in a recent interview with Tucker Carlson.
How concerned is Sam Altman about annihilation, do you think?
I think in reality he's not concerned about it. I don't trust OpenAI. I mean, I started that company as a non-profit open source.
Yes.
The open in OpenAI, I named the company.
Yeah.
OpenAI as an open source, and it is now extremely closed source, and maximizing profit. So,
does risking?
I don't understand how you actually go from being an open source nonprofit to a closed source for maximum profit organization. I'm missing.
Well, but Sam Altman got rich, though, didn't he?
At various points, he's claimed not to be getting rich, but he's claimed many things that were false. And now apparently he's going to get $10 billion of stock or something like that. So I don't trust Sam Altman, and I don't think we want to have the most powerful AI in the world controlled by someone who is not trustworthy. And sorry, I just don't. I mean,
but that seems like a fair concern.
Yeah.
But you don't think, as someone who knows him and has dealt with him, that he is worried about the possibility this could get out of control and hurt people?
He will say those words.
Yeah.
But no.
So we have two prominent figures in the AI space calling out Sam Altman and OpenAI for their lack of concern for AI safety, along with a ton of high-level executives who have left OpenAI for reasons that are still somewhat unclear. One of the more recent ones being OpenAI's former CTO, Mira Murati, announcing her resignation on Twitter seemingly out of the blue. I mean, Sam Altman stated that he literally found out the morning of. So this begs the question, what the heck is going on at OpenAI? This article is pretty long, so I'll just be giving you guys the main takeaways here for time's sake, but it seems like this picture people are painting of Sam Altman as profit-oriented oriented with no regard for AI safety isn't that far off from the truth. As it states here, Sutskever himself, referring to Ilya Sutskever, former chief scientist of OpenAI, was concerned with Altman's accelerationism, the idea of pushing ahead on AI development at any cost. Sutskever exited in May, though a person who knows him tells The Hollywood Reporter he had effectively stopped being involved with the firm after the failed November coup. So if you don't remember, the November coup is when Sam Altman was ousted by the board of OpenAI for repeatedly not being candid with them and disregarding AI safety. Now, of course, he was reinstated, but some of the people who were around back then, like Mira Murati, for example, never left. It states here, but unlike Sutskever, after the November drama, Murati decided to stay at the company in part to try to slow down Altman and President Greg Broadman's accelerationist efforts from within, according to a person familiar with the workings of OpenAI. It further states, concerns have grown so great that some ex-employees are sounding the alarm in the most prominent public spaces. Last month, William Saunders, a former member of OpenAI's technical staff, testified in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee that he left the company because he saw global disaster brewing if OpenAI remains on its current path. AGI would cause significant changes to society, including radical changes to the economy and employment. AGI could also cause the risk of catastrophic harm via systems autonomously conducting cyber attacks or assisting in the creation of novel biological weapons, he told lawmakers. No one knows how to ensure that AGI systems will be safe and controlled. OpenAI will say that they are improving. I and other employees who resigned doubt they will be ready in time. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about this. Personally, I tend to look at the future of AI with a more optimistic view, but I know that there's some serious potential risks and dangers with AI that we definitely shouldn't ignore. So do you guys think that Sam Altman can be trusted? Should we feel comfortable knowing the latest and greatest AI models are in the hands of OpenAI? Or should we be concerned and even asking for more AI regulation, or at least a greater focus on safety research from OpenAI? Let me know what you think in the comments. Speaking of OpenAI and people leaving, Tim Brooks, one of the lead research scientists at OpenAI working on their video model Sora, has recently announced he will be joining Google Deepmind to work on video generation and world simulators. So not a good week for OpenAI. In other news, as I talked about briefly earlier, Meta announced their new movie gen. Here are some examples of the videos it can generate. Here we have a sloth laying back relaxing in a pool with shades on and a drink. The text prompt reads, a sloth with pink sunglasses lays on a donut float in a pool. The sloth is holding a tropical drink. The world is tropical. The sunlight casts a shadow. The accuracy and detail and quality here is exceptional. Then we have a guy playing with fire on a beach, and once again extremely accurate and detailed based on the text prompt. Here we have a koala bear surfing, and the text prompt reads, a fluffy koala bear surfs. It has a gray and white coat and a round nose. The surfboard is yellow. The koala bear is holding onto the surfboard with his paws. The koala bear's facial expression is focused. The sun is shining. So you get the idea. Obviously these can be cherry-picked examples, but they're still way more accurate and detailed than any other model we've ever seen. It doesn't end there though. You can also edit your generations by simply telling the model what you want to change in a text prompt. Now this is something we definitely haven't seen before. This is an incredible new ability that will certainly shake up the film industry and video creation in general. I mean, just think about how good this is going to be in a few years or even in the next decade. There's also the ability to create personalized videos by simply providing an image of your face along with a text prompt. This is another new feature that probably doesn't look that good right now, but again, think about what this would mean in the future when you can create videos of yourself doing anything that are indistinguishable from reality. The last new incredible feature is the ability to create sound effects and soundtracks from a single text prompt. Take a listen. So that's Meta's new movie gen, the clear leader in the AI video generation space, at least in my opinion. And keep in mind, they've stated we aren't ready to release this as a product anytime soon. It's still expensive and generation time is too long. So unfortunately, we won't be getting our hands on this for a while, but still some amazing work here coming from Meta AI. On the topic of text to AI generation, Black Forest Labs announced their new text to image model, Flux 1.1. This model was previously listed on the text to image AI leaderboards under the codename Blueberry. People were speculating that it could potentially be an OpenAI model, but it ended up being Flux 1.1. And as you can see, it's outperforming all other models. Here are some examples of images it generated. These are all completely AI generated images from single text prompts, and I mean, they look extremely realistic. If you were to show me these without telling me they're AI, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell the difference. In other AI news, Dreamworld, a sandbox RPG, is launching a playtest on Steam where it shows it can use AI to generate 3D assets based on text prompts. Take a look.
We now have text to 3D asset generation in Dreamworld. The process is simple. Just build a Dreamforge, describe your vision, and generative AI brings it to life. You can fully manipulate every asset you create with Dreamworld's advanced building tools like copy-paste, scaling, rotation, and more.
So just like how AI text-to-video and text-to-image generation is rapidly advancing and we're able to have more control over our generations, the same thing is happening with AI text-to-3D asset generation, and it's significantly transforming the video game industry. With the invention of all these amazing platforms like YouTube, Netflix, and pretty much all of social media, along with the fact that pretty much everyone has a cell phone or a TV, it's never been easier to consume content. Now, with the arrival and rapid progression of AI generation, it may soon have never been easier to create content. How exactly that's going to change things is hard to say, but I think it's pretty clear we're entering into a new paradigm in regards to content creation. Now, before we get into Tesla's long-awaited robotaxi unveiling, I wanted to briefly mention that Apple will begin rolling out their Apple Intelligence features to iPhone users on October 28th as part of the iOS 18.1 update. It further states the first version of Apple Intelligence will include things like notification summaries, while subsequent updates like iOS 18.2 will add ChatGPT integration and support for Genmoji custom emoji. In March, iOS 18.4 will include many of the upgrades to the Siri digital assistant, including its ability to control applications more precisely and tap into personal information to answer queries. So it seems like Apple will be slowly rolling out these new AI features, and probably only by the middle of next year, 2025, will the full Apple Intelligence features like advanced Siri and vision capabilities be available. Finally, Tesla unveiled their long-awaited Cybercab at the recent We Robot event. This is a fully autonomous vehicle with no steering wheel or pedals, and what was really mind-blowing from this event is when Elon talked about the estimated pricing for these cars. Take a look.
I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of Cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one. Yes, exactly. We expect the cost to be below $30,000. We do expect actually to start fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year. And that's with the Model 3 and Model Y. And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport in probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes, but in 2026.
So $30K for something like this is actually insanely cheap, because eventually you will be able to sort of rent out your Cybercab, kind of like a mix between Uber and Airbnb, where you have your car going around picking people up and dropping them off while you're sitting at home or at work passively earning money. They also unexpectedly showed off a new model called the Robovan. This is also a fully autonomous vehicle. It can hold up to 20 people and honestly just looks really cool. They ended it off with some talk about Tesla's Optimus, and we didn't really get any new information, but the people at the event got the chance to hang out with them. It seems like Tesla is focusing more on designing Optimus to be a sort of companion or helpful friend that can do a wide variety of tasks. Anyways, that's all the AI news for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like. And as always, if you want to stay up to date on future AI news just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button.